So I was in one of those big box bookstores over the holidays, and the lineup was huge, great big long lineup. And it was one of those ones where they build it around display cabinets and things, so it sort of wound in and out. It was kind of confusing in terms of where it started and where it finished. Anyway, I'm there, and the woman that's standing in front of me, she's not happy. Have you ever stood behind somebody and you could tell, even though you can't see their face, you can tell that they're not happy? Well, that was her. She was furious because apparently she'd stood in that line, or stood in what she thought was a line, for 5 minutes, only to discover it wasn't, and then having to get back in it. Anyway, we get towards the front, and it's her turn, and she starts walking towards the counter, and she starts yelling at this guy, this young man behind the counter, 5 steps before she even gets there. The poor guy is like a deer in the headlights. He's like doing one of these things. And she's like, this is the stupidest store in the world. Why would you design a layout like this? And how you waste so much of people's time. And this is just disrespectful for your customers. And she was really tearing a strip off him. And I felt really bad for him. And it went on for a long time, to the point where I did what I've only ever done once before, is I kind of got up and intervened, and which made her even angrier, but at least she started yelling at me after that and not the poor guy. Anyway, it occurred to me that these are the kinds of situations that are real, they happen, but most people don't really know how to deal with them. And there's one approach that works better than any other. It should be your go-to whenever you're faced with this kind of a situation. And the approach is just referred to as stepping to the other person's side. And it works. Now, there's a bunch of skill sets that surround it, but here's how it starts. There's 2 parts to it. Really, really important parts. The first one, it's just empathy. Regardless of what the person's yelling about in this, it's empathy. It's like, oh man, I hear you. I'm so sorry. I mean, nobody wants to be spending an extra 5 minutes than they need to, particularly this time of year, right? I mean, that's just empathy. It's a kind of a nice statement to say to somebody. The second part is to validate their frustration. However you can, validate their frustration. And that is to say, in this case, the person might have said something like, oh, you know what? And that line is not intuitive. You are not the first person that got lost and confused in there. Now, that alone, of course, is not going to resolve the issue. But what it does is it deflates the emotional sense in it. Right? All of a sudden, you have this person that's at a heightened emotional state, and it takes it away. Here's why it works. It works because when somebody's coming up to that counter, when somebody's coming to you, their brain is in me against you mode. That's the way their brain is. It's like, I have a problem, you're the one that's causing it. And that's what causes all of the anger. So what you have to do is interrupt that pattern. And that's what stepping to the other person's side does. Because think about it. So that customer's standing there. They're like, okay, they're ready to go. And because it's me against you. And they're looking, and all of a sudden it's like, they look over there, but you're not there. You're standing beside them. You're not on the other side. You're kind of agreeing with them a little bit, aren't you? I mean, you're not putting up a fight. That sends the message to them. All of a sudden, they start thinking, oh, maybe this person isn't the enemy after all, right? And that's what starts. That's what begins the de-escalation process. It's a tremendously, tremendously powerful skill. Now, there are a lot of other skills and practices that you have to sort of master beyond that to really bring things down and turn things in a more positive direction. But that's where you need to start.